There was an old clock tower at Zimal and Hannah's school. It had not worked for many, many years. The hands on the clock never moved. People said it was broken. But Zimal and Hannah thought it was hiding a secret. One quiet night, with stars above, they climbed up the winding stairs. At the very top, they found a dusty room full of books and gears. In the middle floated a glowing hourglass. Its golden sand moved up instead of down. Zimal said, "Let's touch it together." Hannah nodded. They reached out their hands. Whoosh! A flash of light. The room disappeared, and the real adventure began. The street was full of strange people in long robes. No cars, no lights, just horses, carts, and old buildings made of wood and stone. "Where are we?" Zimal whispered. Before Hannah could answer, a voice spoke kindly behind them. "You're not from here, are you?" They turned and saw an old man with wild white hair and bright eyes. He wore a long coat with tiny tools in his pockets. He smiled like he already knew them. "I am Maestro Vico," he said. "I've been waiting for someone like you." The girls blinked in surprise. "You know us?" Hannah asked. "Not yet," he chuckled. "But time told me you were coming." He looked around quickly. "Come with me, before the guards see you." Zimal and Hannah followed him through winding alleys. They passed market stalls, stone fountains, and big gates. Finally, he stopped at a hidden door behind a bakery. He tapped the wall 3 times. Click. The door opened by itself. Inside was a dusty workshop filled with books, maps, tools, and clocks. Strange machines sat in corners, some glowing softly. "This," Maestro Vico said, "was once my lab. I built machines here, machines to understand time." He pointed to a table with a broken device that looked almost like their hourglass. "I never finished it," he said sadly. "But maybe together, we still can." Zimal smiled. Hannah stepped forward and rolled up her sleeves. "Let's fix time," she said. Maestro Vico lit an old oil lamp. Its warm glow filled the room with golden light. Dust danced in the air like tiny fireflies. The lab was full of wonders. Gears, scrolls, tiny glowing stones, and half-built machines covered every table. Zimal turned tiny screws with careful hands. Hannah followed Vico's notes and pieced together wires and crystals. Sometimes Vico would stop and stare into the firelight. He whispered, "I always knew time was not a straight line. Now I believe it's a circle." Hours passed like minutes. With Maester Vico by their side, they were able to bring the machine to life. The machine began to hum. Inside the glass, golden sand began to rise. Maestro Vico laughed in amazement. "It works," he said. "You've done what I could not. You must leave now. The machine will take you forward, far forward. Use it well. Remember," he said, "time is not only to watch, it is to wonder." Zimal touched glowing hourglass. Whoosh! A swirl of gold and light pulled him forward. The air shimmered. A flash of gold. And just like that, Zimal and Hannah landed in a brand new world. It was bright, it was silent, and it felt different. The sky above was no longer blue. Glowing with soft clouds and floating shapes, tall buildings sparkled like glass towers. Some were upside down, others floated gently in the sky. The streets were clean and quiet. Instead of people, robots walked calmly, carrying boxes. Zimal looked around, wide-eyed. "Are we in the future?" Hannah nodded. "It must be the year 2450. Suddenly, a voice whispered from behind a shiny wall. "Psst, psst, over here." "My name is Calix," he said. "You don't look like you're from here. You're time travelers, aren't you?" The girls looked at each other, unsure what to say. Calix smiled. It's okay. I've been waiting for someone like you. He led them through a tunnel filled with light. This city is called Neo-Gaia. Calix led them to a secret vault. It was hidden beneath the city, behind walls of blue light. Inside, the air was cold and still. This is the memory vault, he whispered. Zimal placed the hourglass on a glowing platform. But then, the hourglass began to shake. A tiny crack appeared. The golden sand inside started to swirl. Time was breaking again. The lightning circles began to glow brighter and brighter. Zimal held Hannah's hand tightly. Where are we? Hannah whispered. This is a time storm, Zimal said. We're stuck between moments. Suddenly, footsteps echoed. Someone walked through the glowing fog. A woman stepped out. She looked older, maybe in her 20s. Is that me? She asked. The older girl smiled gently. Yes, I'm you, years from now. I came to help. Older Zimal held out her hand. You don't have long. The hourglass is breaking. You need to return the memory to the vault. This place holds the truth of every time. But once you open it, your journey will change. They stepped inside. Zimal gently placed the cracked hourglass in the center of the room. The golden light faded. Zimal blinked. They were back in the dusty clock tower, back where it all began. Zimal, Hannah said softly, do you think you really saw your future? Zimal looked out at the sky. I think I saw who I might become, she said, and she believes in us. That's enough for me. The girls sat quietly.